Well, welcome back, everyone, to Hidden Treasure. I'm Jimmy.
And I'm Brad, and today we're going to be talking about accountability, responsibility, and ownership. This is huge. You don't want to miss it.
Okay. Well, folks, when Brad just told you we want to talk about responsibility, accountability, and ownership, you talk about putting yourself in power. Power, high energy that will turn your life around. You can do it instantaneously by taking ownership of your life. And what that means is giving up blame, because it's so easy to blame other people or life and what happens to you for your problems, instead of saying, you know what, I had something to do with that, even though it doesn't look like you did.
Well, that's true, and I mentioned in a previous video that after really thinking about my previous 53 years,
Mm-hmm.
any conflict I've ever had with another person, I was either partly or solely responsible for. I look back and either I created it because of a judgment I had towards somebody,
Mm-hmm.
or I took something personally, something that was said. Maybe I misconstrued it. I heard something differently from the way the person intended it. It could have been anything, but I created a conflict.
Yep, and I would agree with that 100%. I had the same epiphany. I was bad about blaming people and situations that were happening to me for the reason my life was such a struggle. Well, that glimpse I had, and that when that light took hold of me, this hidden treasure we're talking about, I could see that was a bunch of bullwop. It was an
Bull
illusion.
up.
That's right.
Wow.
Bullwop.
Okay. Hey, so you can have the ownership mentality of, hey, these are my thoughts, these are my feelings, these are my emotions. I can control them.
Mm-hmm.
I can dictate. I can filter what's coming in here, what's coming out of here.
Give you a quick example too. Brad and I both, in fact, that's how we got to know each other. We were at the same company, and we were in sales, door to door sales, which is the toughest sale you got,
That's
and it's
it.
telecommunication products. And I'll tell you, I started before you did, and when I started, for whatever reason, I fell into this victim mentality. I didn't even realize what I'd done, but they gave us what we called turf, which was addresses. There were people we had to go knock on their doors,
Neighborhoods, or
neighborhoods and
yep.
stuff to sell our product to. Well, I started complaining they were giving me bad addresses. That woe is me. They're giving the best ones to the seasoned salesman, and I'm a new guy, and they're giving me junk, And then I was complaining about the economy. Oh, nobody's got any money. And when I knock on the door, somebody will say, "Yeah, I'd like to have it. I don't have any money now." And I said, "Okay, well, here's my card, and call me if you change your mind." And I was not hitting my quota. I mean, I was blaming everybody for my lack of success.
It's so unfair. You could have been so successful had you just been given the good turf.
Yes, it wasn't fair.
Right.
I was very much playing my victim card
Mm-hmm.
and didn't see it as that at all. Well, after about 10 months of that hooey, I got written up and in a big group write up. And I remember standing there looking around going, you got to be kidding me. I'd had a successful career within the grocery business as a store manager, managing over hundreds of employees and millions of dollars of business, literally 20, 30,000 customers a week.
Right.
Managed to never get written up, and now here I am. Woe is me, and I realized, okay, I'm better than this. I can't believe this. I let this happen to me. I'm going to show them. I'm going to do something about it. And it was like a light switch flipped in my head, and all of a sudden I went out there and I was selling 6 a week, and now six sales. And I went out, and the first day I sold 4 that day, and at the end of the week I'd sold like 14, and the quota was 12, so I made that no problem. After that, I was averaging 28 a week. But the thing that was, I used to wonder, why did it change so fast? I became a better salesman, but I was no longer making excuses. I wasn't blaming the turf. I was just going out there and doing my job and actually knocking doors and talking to people, and it
That's
all changed.
that's right. We hear coaches talk about it all the time. I know Dabo and Beamer talk about this as the biggest disability you can have is a what a
Uh, uh,
bad attitude,
right.
poor attitude, bad attitude. that victimhood.
Victimhood. And folks, victimhood, that's kind of like the favorite meal of our human nature, our ego, as we call it. It loves to play that victimhood card, like woe is me.
Right.
That's not fair. I wasn't treated, or the coach didn't treat me right. If you're making excuses, you are putting yourself in negative energy. You're putting yourself in a you're not in that flow, we call it, that positive flow of energy, and where things can work for you for the greater good of what you're trying to accomplish. And look, you may not have the talent or the I guess you could say the genes or for being great, one of the greatest like football players, tennis stars, whatever, or maybe you're not a genius when it comes to IQ, but we can all do better than we think we can if we will give up being a victim and talking in victim terminology.
That's right. So when we talk about ownership and responsibility,
Accountability.
this is your life.
Right.
It's yours. And so you can control, you can filter out the negative, you can think about positive thoughts, you can have the feelings and the emotions, regardless of where you're at, where you come from, what you look like. You can do this. Now we're not saying it's going to be easy.
Nope.
But it's simple.
It won't be easy.
But it's simple.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of things.
Simple concept.
And it's true. And what will help you is that light on the inside of you, your hidden treasure. When you tap into it, all right, you're going to have more options than you could have ever imagined as far as good options. But when you're not, you're going to have a lot of negative thoughts and feelings. Your options are limited, and most of your options are not going to lead you to where you want to be.
And you'll find yourself making a lot of excuses like I did. And that'll kill you. Making excuses,
right?
Pointing the finger of blame. Oh man, you might as well just hang it up.
Right.
Well, and you were brought up on it. You don't know any better. It's easy to get sucked into it. It was easy for me to be a victim. When I started that new job and blamed the sales manager and how they were doing things, and blamed the economy, and blamed the fact that nobody liked our company we worked for. That was just excuses. And what I found was that was all. I was blocking my ability to be a good salesperson, and ended up being one of their top salespeople, and won a couple trips, all expenses paid, that I couldn't even get close to, before. And
Right.
It all had to do with just changing the mindset, taking ownership, being responsible, being accountable, and saying, if it's to be, it's up to me and nobody else. And, I had to work harder. I had to work, imagine that.
Yeah.
Another thing with that belief is built stronger when you take responsibility, when you are accountable, when you do take ownership. In fact, everything that's ever been done that's been done in a great, successful, unifying way has always been based on, taking responsibility and being accountable.
Right. You realize, hey, this is my life, and my story is being written by me.
Exactly. You're the author.
You are the author. I like that. You're the author.
That's right.
Yeah. If you like this video, hit like, and if you want to see more of these, please hit subscribe. And then as far as comments, let us know if you had an experience like Jimmy and I had with his work or with my work, where you've just kind of changed your thoughts and your attitudes, and you took ownership, responsibility, and accountability, and how that changed your life. We'd love to hear about that.
Love to. And thank you for tuning in, and peace, joy, love, and light be with you always.
Until next time.